Okay, today we're going to be looking at tips and equivalent pay. Not all jobs have an hourly rate, and some jobs offer tips for working. So here's a tip for working hard. Students will learn how to calculate tips and equivalent pay. Not all jobs pay an hourly rate. Some pay a flat rate for a job done. For example, John is paid $30 per yard mowed, no matter how long it takes him to do the job. Equivalent hourly rate, or EHR, is what his hourly rate would have been if he was paid by the hour. For example, if it takes John 1 hour to mow the yard, his EHR is $30. It is 30 divided by 1 hour, which would equal $30 for his EHR. The equation for calculating equivalent hourly rate is rate paid divided by the time worked. But what if it takes John 2 hours to mow the yard? Then we would take 30 divided by 2 hours to get $15 per hour for his EHR. And if he can mow the lawn in 30 minutes, it would be 30 divided by 0.5 to get $60 EHR. Tips are an additional amount of money paid to one who gives service in gratitude for the job they performed. There are many jobs where tips are acceptable, and even expected. Some examples include restaurant waitress or waitresses, hotel baggage clerks, valet attendants, and newspaper deliverers. So what is a good tip amount? That is hard to answer since there are so many different opinions and different services are generally tipped at different rates. In general, a waiter or waitress is tipped around 15%. More if their service was great, less if their service was lousy. And here's a website you can go to look at for other tipping hints. So we're going to look at what this means to us for bills and money. Sarah is eating dinner. Her meal cost $18.35. Her waiter was friendly and did a good job. She wants to tip him 15% of her bill. How much will she tip him? Remember that 15% is also written as 0.15. So we're going to take the amount of the bill, which is $18.35, and times it by 0.15 to get $2.75 for the tip. Greg is eating lunch. His meal cost him $11.25. His waiter did an excellent job. He wants to tip him 20% of his bill. How much will he tip him? Remember that 20% is also written as 0.20. So we'll take $11.25 times 0.2 and get $2.25. So Jane is a waitress. She earns $3 per hour plus tips. She works 40 hours this week and earns $153 in tips. So what is her total hours? What was her equivalent pay? So we're going to go ahead and take $3.50 times 40 to get $140 for the weekly pay. Then we're going to add in the amount of tips that she had. So that is $153 to get a total of $293 for the total pay. Then we'll divide it by the number of hours worked, which was 40 hours. So she earned $7.33 for each hour she worked last week. So we're going to practice this one. Ashley is a waitress. She earns $4 per hour plus tips. She worked 30 hours this week and earned $96 in tip. What were her total hours, and what was her equivalent pay rate? Review. What are tips? What is equivalent hourly rate, or EHR? And what is the equation for EHR?